The Technocrat Cometh by Alexander Adams. I do not write of party politics generally because I tend not to write about non-existent things. For by every substantial metric, although there are parties with different names, there is only a single political party in Great Britain. Hence, there are no political parties. For that reason, the renewed critique of Prime Minister Boris Johnson is of no importance, as none of the parties or senior parliamentarians, including Johnson, actually exist as they're commonly imagined to do. If they offered any original alternatives or intended to apply these alternatives for the benefit of the population, they would not be permitted to implement such actions. The leak of information about Johnson flouting social distancing rules seems an attempt to oust him from the premiership. Yet, despite the worries of his critics that a replacement would be even worse, it is difficult to take seriously the importance of personnel change in our enforced, top-down, globalist technocracy. Candidates such as Sajid Javid, Rishi Sunak and others have been mooted. It would, in one respect, be something of a relief to have such an empty suit to fill the premiership. It would make clear that uncharismatic career politicians with no intellectual hinterland, no critical intelligence and no principles are those who are managing our transition into a technocratically managed eco-servitude in the biosecurity state. There would be no shred of populism, no flicker of public acclaim, no original solutions and no pretense towards ethical considerations. It would make it unavoidably plain what is happening. The remnants of Johnson's individuality and popular touch keep alive the flicker of hope that he could act in the people's best interests. The fact he has not, other than seeing through Brexit, done anything that could be construed as popularly approved has apparently been missed by commentators. From December 2019 onwards, Johnson has acted as a detached, cosmopolitan elitist, implementing eco-alarmist measures and liberty-curbing lockdowns. Whether or not one's jailer is crying crocodile tears or cheerfully jangling keys, his specific identity is of little concern. It does not matter if Johnson is a heavy-hearted tyrant, only dolefully following advice from civil servants, appointed scientists, and public policy experts. In practice, his actions are identical to those of a zealot. For those right of centre, there is the term bugman, applied to the technocrat who advances an ecologically alarmist agenda. This is characterised by pushing alternative food sources, including insect protein, hence bug. This agenda is set and then disseminated by think tanks, pop science figures and mass media journalists. Many of these anti-humanist managerial elites are trained in the Young Global Leaders program of the World Economic Forum, which advocates world governance. Javid, Sunak, Macron, Trudeau are typical incarnations of this bugman technocrat. The bug woman is the highest level because she can be presented as maternal and uniquely attuned to nature. Possessed of deeper insight into matters of human welfare, she is impervious to male logic. Jacinda Ardern is the ultimate form of technocrat, a tender tyrant, a female politician, such as Mutti Merkel can commit grave acts against her nation in the guise of kindness more easily than a male one. It is the rootless metropolitan liberal who has had little experience of any working life outside of political occupations, who is most easily co-opted by globalists. For all Johnson's shambolic political career, his broken promises, shiftiness, laziness, absence of honour and principles, and his failure to apply critical reasoning, he is not entirely a creature of the globalists. However, since doing their bidding, these caveats mean nothing. Do not put your faith in political parties or elected politicians. No party, hardly a single politician, made any effort for the welfare or liberty of British people in the last 2 years. Do not place hope in any dark horse candidate for the premiership. Any candidate will soon enough be yoked into the cart of globalists. Political engagement is a trap. Vote if you wish, but you will not get the candidate you want, and any candidate you support who might get elected will serve other masters than you. By refusing to vote, you refuse to endorse a system which allows no meaningful choice. The future for British people who wish to maintain their culture and restore their liberty is through disengagement, disruption, disobedience, and the establishment of alternative networks. Thank you for listening to this Bournbrook essay. You can read our print issues and online articles at bournbrookmag.com, and you can support Bournbrook at bournbrookmag.com/subscribe.